Welcome to the next episode of Marriage, Mess, and Margaritas. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Jessica.
And I'm Alicia. And yes, we're actually drinking margaritas while recording this. Because how else would you talk about life, marriage, and chaos?
This podcast is our happy hour therapy. Just 3 women, 3 different stories, and a whole lot of real talk. No filters, no perfect Pinterest mom energy, just the mess.
We're all married, most days happily. And between the laundry piles, carpool lines, and late night what even is life convos, we realized we can't be the only ones needing a space like this.
So welcome. Whether you're married, single, mom and heart, or just here for the margs, we're glad you're listening.
Each week, we'll pour a drink and dive into real conversations. Relationships, mental health, mom fails, friendship, body image, intimacy, you name it.
And don't worry, there'll be plenty of laughs, oversharing, and probably a few spicy takes.
We'll also share listener stories, answer your questions, and maybe cry into our drinks once or twice. But it's all love here.
So grab a margarita, settle in, and let's kick off this beautifully messy ride together.
Welcome to Marriage, Mess, and Margaritas.
Let the chaos begin.
Welcome back to another week of Marriage, Mess, and Margaritas. Last week was so much fun. If you didn't get a chance to listen, it's one you don't want to miss. Although we have been having issues with our mics lately, we appreciate your grace. It's been a work in progress, but even with the malfunctions, the message and chaos will still present.
Yes, last week was so much fun. Taylor was still talking about it the next day. It was so nice to let our listeners have a sneak peek of how our nights are when we are all together.
And it was fun to get to hear their side of things.
Yes, so this week we are toning it down a little and diving into how we talk to each other in marriage. Sometimes it ends with us yelling, "I'm fine," while clearly not being fine.
And speaking of spicy responses, the drink of the week has a little heat to it as well. It's a Mango Jalapeno Margarita, sweet with a little kick, kind of like me when I'm trying to be nice, but I've already asked for the laundry to be folded for the 5th time. So let's take a sip, settle in, and open up all the ways we try to talk nice, but sometimes miss the mark. All right, let's rewind for a second. Think back to our early marriage. What did you all think made you think, yeah, we're totally great communicators? Jess, what was one thing in your marriage early on that made you think, we've got this?
I don't know. I don't even really know if obviously, I guess I thought that we were great communicators at some point early on. We did text a lot throughout the day, and communicated that way a lot. I worked opposite of him, so I don't know if we really communicated much, and if that's what kind of led to arguments down the road, because there was a lack of communication. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't have text messages, did you?
I learned how to text message while we were together.
Yeah, I agree, but early on...
So how did y'all...
Wait, early on dating or marriage, would you say?
I would say marriage. Dating,
So in marriage,
still,
yes, we had the...
By then
we had the cell phones.
Yeah.
So I guess texting. Texting and just communicating after work.
But I think because maybe we did not know, I think you have to be with somebody to really know, to learn how to communicate.
You guys hadn't been together long.
No, we had not. We moved very fast.
Correct. And you guys moved fairly quickly as well.
We did.
Okay. So maybe that's why we didn't have that at first, because we did date for long, and we dated long distance, so we had learned how to communicate, I think, effectively.
Okay, so you were forced to communicate, yeah.
Right,
so
and we didn't have text messages, so it was emails and, what was that thing? Instant Messenger?
Instant Messenger.
Yeah, that thing.
Yes, like Facebook chat?
No. AOL.
AOL.
Oh, yes, I remember AOL and Instant Messenger, and dial-up internet.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go make dinner while
So that's what I had. So I think we had to learn to communicate.
So I think that benefited y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had to learn.
I agree with that. Yes.
where we were like inseparable. So I think it was hard for us after we got married, and I was working night shift and he was working day shift, and you know, he was a police schedule.
Yeah, that's
and
hard.
There were days we would go like 2 days sometimes without seeing each other, and so I think that
You just see each other in passing?
yes.
Yeah, that's
and sometimes not even so. Like he would have to bring me dinner or something at work in order to see me because he'd get off at 7 and I'd go in at 7.
Right.
So I think that because we didn't have any reason to force communication early on, when we were finally faced with it, I definitely think it caused like issues of us having to learn to navigate and communicate and how each other wants to communicate. You know, everybody communicates different.
How long was it before you had your oldest?
We moved quick on that too.
So you really had to learn quick.
Yeah. I was, we were married maybe 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
But it was one of those of like, oh, I'm going to come off birth control. I've been on birth control for 6 years, all these years. It's going to take time to come out of my system. And 1 month later, I'm pregnant. So, yeah.
We waited 6 months. So it was still pretty quick, but
y'all had already had like all the trials and forced
I think
learning.
the communication was good at the beginning because of that.
Yeah.
What about for you guys?
I think ours started off and stayed strong. We did the marriage counseling before we got married, and we agreed on everything. Those were, topics that you don't think about until they arise, like, what are you going to do about religion? What about the kids? Who's going to do this, whatnot? And we answered the questions the same, so that was really nice. So we've always been on the same page, so communicating was pretty easy.
Did you have those deep conversations before you did the counseling?
Nope, didn't even think about it.
So I bet that was nice having to like kind of, that's almost like therapy in a sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was.
We did marriage counseling. You didn't?
We did, but it was with my brother.
So was
That's
that?
right.
So I don't really know if it was really.
If you could be open?
Well, we never really did it.
What do you mean you never did it?
Like I guess we called it that, but it was more like we got together every week for family dinner, and so.
Oh, so it's everybody. It was just not the three of you.
Yeah, so if it was
Yours
like
was the three of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, so if it was like, I think like he wanted us to read the 5 love languages, like that was like his kind of thing for us. We had already read that and knew what our love languages were.
I think that would be a good topic that we should do, the 5 love languages, but when we have the guys here again.
Oh, well, that was next week's episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can talk about that. I thought it would be neat to do when the guys are here to see like what they think our love language is versus what it truly is, and then vice versa.
Okay, so maybe we could bring them back in next week since our last episode with them, the mics messed up really bad.
We could. Possibly.
Matt knows my love language.
Well, don't say it now.
I
You have
did.
to wait. But it would be interesting to see.
If what we think they think is right.
You think you guys would have it?
We talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and Taylor talk about it too.
Oh, well, then I guess it would just be us. Well, I mean, we talk about it some. But
y'all ever
do you guys have
reevaluated it?
multiples?
I have like a primary and a secondary.
I think mine two are pretty even.
Yeah, mine and Taylor's love languages are the same as mine, just opposite. His primary and secondary ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are yours the same?
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think ours are either.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be like if we were the same.
Oh, it's great. My love tank's always full.
It's either going to be all the way full or like terrible.
Yeah. I feel like
Because
mine's
you
pretty full.
clash because it's the same thing. Maybe, possibly, I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, we'll have to dive into this next week. That would be fun to bring them back.
I think so. All right, so let's get a little more real. Some of our communication habits were not cute and actually would cause even more problems instead of being helpful. Would you all agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alicia, go ahead.
I always wanted to be, I wanted to have the last word. And, through time and wisdom, I like to think that, the last word doesn't always have to be mine.
Okay.
I think I struggle with that sometimes too, and I think Taylor would probably agree. I like to have that last word too.
I don't know if I do. I think I struggle with when we communicate, and maybe you guys will say I do it to you guys as well. Nick, I've gotten really good this year because I've been working on it. But I think in the past, he would be like even if it was regarding the margaritas, hey, you should try it like this. And instead of me listening to the whole thing, I'd be like, no, I'm going to do it like this. Or what do you think about this? I would interject.
Oh, I've
always.
totally seen you do that. I
do
will say I
all
haven't
the
seen
time.
you do it as much this year.
I've gotten
but in
better.
The past, I definitely.
Yes. Do you think so?
I never noticed.
I have been more conscious of noticing it now.
It's never bothered me.
Well, I guess because I don't live with you, but maybe if I lived with you all the time,
I would probably feel unheard.
yeah, and I would get that. But I've worked really hard on being patient and waiting.
And listening
And
through
listening
the
the whole thing, yes. Instead of interjecting and putting my sense into it, just listen for the whole thing. Because I would want the same thing.
And I think that's good that you're self-aware of that and able to recognize it.
No.
Yeah, I think one of our biggest communication issues, Taylor used to hold things in. So any problem he had, any issue, if we started arguing, he would say a little bit, but then it was he would bottle it up, walk away, and then it was it was never discussed again. And then fast forward 2 months, 3 months down the road, another argument comes up, and then another one happens, and then it's then he dives back from a year ago.
Right.
And I'm well, I thought we were over it because you acted like you were over it, and really he just bottled it up. And so I think that was one of our biggest, even when we went to therapy and stuff, I think that was one of the big things that was talked about was you can't bottle it up. You got to say what you mean.
So now if you have a disagreement, do you feel like you both come out and talk right away? Today something happens.
Yes. And I'm very appreciative that he is so open with it now because I know how much it hindered us in the past. Sometimes I almost wish I could hush him up.
Really?
Now, because now I'm hold up. Now you're spilling too much. You're being too honest. But I do appreciate it because I think it's something that was definitely an issue for us. Now sometimes he'll still walk away.
When you're talking?
If we're arguing or fighting, he'll walk away because he knows that one of us is going to say something that's going to really hurt the other one. Because we both jab below the belt.
But I would not do well with that. Not say, I need 5 minutes, and that's what Nick has to do sometimes. Or even I've had to. Be we need 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. I would not be able to have a disagreement and just one of us walk out.
It used to bother me.
I would be offended.
But now, it's almost I get so mad in the argument that when he walks away, I'm fine. Well, I don't want to talk to you anyways. And then I just roll over and I'm well, I'm done talking too. You go do you. So yes, in the past, it used to hurt my feelings when he would walk away. But I get it. He walks away because he's right. Both of us we would start throwing jabs that would just hurt the other one.
It would be worse.
Yes. Yes.
What about you guys? What is an argument like? If you guys have an argument, what is it like? Are you people that bottle it up and not talk about it until Jess was saying, or do you come out right away and talk about it?
No, we don't bottle anything up. We have in the past, but we're at the point now where we just kind of get over it quickly.
Do you guys address it, or it's just hey, we're married, we love each other at the end of the day, so let's get over it?
I'm trying to think when our last argument was.
I definitely
5 years ago.
Maybe.
I think that thought process comes though with the longer you're married.
What do you mean?
To be able to address it head on. I don't think that, at least for us, and it doesn't sound like with y'all, early on, you did used to kind of bottle it up. You didn't always address things right away. And I could see so many other marriages being that way too, that the longer you're with them, the more you learn each other, and eventually you just address it head on.
So you think because you did not communicate well in the beginning, that's why you bottled it up?
I think that it led to some of our
See, because I
issues.
think mine is the opposite. I think we talked and communicated so well in the beginning, but when we argued, I had that kind of mentality of we're married, we love each other at the end of the day, so just get over it.
So it was almost like sweeping
And
it under the
yes,
rug.
and I would just bottle it up, and then eventually, it does come out, because eventually we all have emotions, and it does come out, and it's not healthy to bottle it up. So I've learned now, okay, I'm just gonna tell, even if it's something silly of, hey, you left something out, or hey, I hate when the dishes are in the sink, just put them in the dishwasher. Not that that's really an argument, but anything like that, I would just come out now and say it instead of letting it bottle up.
See, I don't think I ever had issues bottling it up. I've always been like,
oh, I know you have.
well, and I think like that's probably an issue for me that I've had to kind of deal with through the years, is that not everybody's like me. Not everybody addresses it head on. Not everybody wants to address it head on. And to me, I'm like, if there's a problem, let's talk it out. Let's get over it, work through it, come to an agreement, and be done with it.
Yes.
And I struggle with that holding on to it and other people holding on to it. Because I'm like, oh, gosh, why are you still holding on to it?
I don't like that. Yes, I agree. And I don't know why, because I don't like that, like with friends. I don't like the being angry with each other, and I like, you and me have spoken and everything was fine. I like that. But I don't know why I didn't use that same tactic ever in my marriage. Instead of just letting it it's fine, just obviously, you're going to be together. Not that you were married together, but I guess for us it was more just like, okay, eventually we'll talk. Where for us it was like, well, we live together, we got to figure this out.
So it was just easier to let it go.
I think so. I think it was easier to let it go, whether we talked about it or not. It was like, what does it matter? At the end of the day, we're together, we're happy, so just let it go, Jess.
Do you feel like because you looked at things like that early on, that it caused more issues down the road, and you've now learned to not bottle it up?
Yeah, I think anyone bottling up anything in any relationship is going to be negative eventually.
Like, do you think that it hindered your marriage? As in, like, well, we swept so much under the rug, and at the end of the day, we're married, but we don't really have to be married.
Yeah, I think it has hurt at times. And there's no point, like you were saying, for Taylor to bring something up 6 months, a year later, because at that point, you have no idea. Mm-hmm. And he's held this, so obviously now he's even more angry about it. But you have no idea that it was even bothering him. So yes, I think, I've had to learn to be like, okay, it's healthier, I think, in a marriage to just bring it up and talk about it. Even though sometimes you don't want to, even though sometimes it's silly, it's better just to bring it up. Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
Yeah, we didn't bottle things up. I don't think it's hard because we just kind of said what we had to say and then moved on. But
so you do talk about it?
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of like diary of the mouth. Like, I hate it when you do this, blah, 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 blah. And then it was like, oh, my bad. And then we're over it.
Okay, do you feel like, though, in those little moments when you had issues like that and you told how you felt, did that change their response? Like, I really hate that you let the dishes pile up. It really drives me, I can't stand that. And then if his response is like, oh, okay, I didn't realize that, I'm sorry, do you feel like he would then change that?
Yeah.
Always.
Always? I feel like we need some replicas of Matt.
He's a good husband.
I mean, not to say Taylor's not a good husband, but I just feel like there's so many times I have to repeat myself.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, and vice versa. I'm sure there's times that Nick has to repeat himself.
Well, Matt always repeats himself.
Is that because you're not listening, or you want to do your way?
Probably a little of both.
So I wonder if because he has to repeat himself so much, he knows how important it is to respond the first time, and that's why he responds so quickly to you.
That could be it.
So do you think you have to work on your communication together? You think you guys are perfectly fine in communication? Just in communication?
Yes, in communication. Oh, okay. We didn't have an argument, but the he has Mondays off. So on Mondays, I jam pack like a whole bunch of things for him to do, errands to run. And this has been going on for at least the last 2 years. And
I'd be so upset.
So yeah, so
does he ever have a Monday to himself?
He's had a few, but far and in between. And then he said, and he was like, Monday is my day off, and I'd like to enjoy it by myself sometimes. Okay. And I said, that's nice. I don't have a day off. And then he said, okay. And I said, okay. And we
So now what happens?
He's going to run the errands. Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it wasn't, it was.
Now, when you started booking his Mondays, did you tell him ahead of chance? Or ahead of time? Or was it just,
when I booked
hey, was it, hey, I know you got Monday off. I need you to take everyone to the dentist. Or would you tell him Sunday night, Monday morning, by the way, I need you to get up. You're taking everyone to the dentist.
Well, we use a calendar. We have a family calendar that is, that's on our phones. So when things pop up, as they arise, he can see them. So he knows his Mondays.
So he sees all those Mondays.
He sees all those Mondays booked up. But yeah, he told me. So, obviously that was something I'm sure maybe he had bottled up that, hey, I'm always doing something on Monday. And so he said something, and I said, okay.
So, do you think if we were to ask Matt, is he bottling that up? Or is he just like, well, this is the way it's going to be?
Or do you feel like you made your point? Like, well, I don't ever have a day off, and I still have to manage to get this stuff done.
Right.
Do you think you made your point, and to him it was like that light bulb of like, oh, well, she's right?
It had to have been, because it wasn't like, we didn't, and we just kept on going with the rest of the conversation. It wasn't like, oh, well, I don't want to talk to you right now, or, oh, let me think about this, or, how dare you? It was just like, oh, okay. Well, anyways, what are we having for dinner,
Was that your response? Or was that his response?
I don't even know, but.
Now, how would you feel if it was the other way around?
I mean,
say you had Mondays off. Say you had your Mondays off, and say he booked all of your Mondays. Because I'm telling you, I would not like it. I don't mind some days doing it, helping out and doing errands. And I think Nick and I do a really good, fair job of, like, Friday, I went to go do something for myself. And Nick went to go take the kids to the dentist. And usually I do say I was the one that takes them to all their medical dentists, all that stuff. But he took them, and it was like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But if he booked your Monday or your Tuesday, and you have that off every week, and every week you've got a full schedule, aren't you going to feel a certain way?
Well, it's not like he only has Monday off. He has Saturday and Sunday to recuperate, to plan, and prepare for Monday.
But I do think it would bother me.
It would bother me.
And there are things that, like, Taylor jumps in and helps out with the kids and stuff, but I usually, like, leading up to it, I'm like, hey, they have this going on. Mm-hmm. Can you do this?
But she does do that because she puts it in the calendar.
Well, it is in the calendar. Ours is in the calendar, but I want to make sure, I do always check with him to make sure he can handle it.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. Or you just, like, you don't communicate with him beforehand.
Does he have his own?
I use communication because it's in the books.
Does he have his own color-coded calendar?
No, it's all in color.
But what if he had a plan? What if he had a plan on Monday of, hey, I'm going to go on a hike?
If it's not in the calendar.
So he would have to put on there, Monday hike all day. Don't book me.
He better if he doesn't want to get booked. Yeah.
All right, Matt. So what we're saying is, if you want a free Monday, you need to put in there that you have something planned all day.
Yep.
That is pretty funny.
But
heck, it works for you guys.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about ways to, like, how our habits in the past affected our communication and kind of some things that we've done. Do you feel like it was, the longer that you've been married, you've truly had to, like, relearn communication as, like, you've changed as a person?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Do you think so?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that I've had to learn.
Why do you think we've had to relearn?
I think we've grown, we've changed, we've aged. Well, I know watching my parents grow up, they didn't have the healthiest way of communicating with each other. I didn't think that was normal, but that was my example, and I knew that's not what I wanted to do. Now, have I been angry in the beginning of the relationships and said things that I probably shouldn't have said? Most definitely.
Yeah, we all have.
You know, and it wasn't even, I don't even know what they were about. But early on, I realized, you don't have to take those low blows and stuff like that to each other. He's never done that. But, sometimes I have a mouth on me.
Me and Taylor definitely. I think that's one of the reasons he walks away is because, early on, we're both good at punch and blow the belt, like those low blows and hurting each other. I think, so we went, y'all know this, we did therapy 4 years ago, I guess it was, 3 or 4 years ago. And I think that it drastically helped with our communication and seeing each other and knowing how to respond to each other.
So, if you guys are in an argument, like you said, he walks away, you walk away. Who comes
I don't ever
back?
walk away.
Okay, he walks away. Do you feel like someone in each of your marriages is the first person to say, I'm sorry, more often than not?
Yeah, usually him.
He's the one that comes to you and says, I'm sorry.
Usually, yeah, because once he walks away, like, I'm so mad, I'm just like...
So usually he walks away every time?
Usually, if it's a bad enough argument, yeah.
And then he's the one that has to come back and apologize first.
So,
even if you were in the wrong. Say you were in the wrong.
Now, if I'm in the wrong and
but he's walked away,
and I truly feel like it was me, I will say I'm sorry.
How often do you think that happens, where she thinks it's truly her?
About as often as me.
Well, that's true.
But now, so one of the things that we kind of do, this is kind of cheesy, but so he usually walks away, and I'm mad.
Mm-hmm.
There have been numerous times where then I've pretended I was asleep because I don't want to keep talking. So he will text me. Mm-hmm. And so usually that's then how we communicate is like we'll text each other our feelings. Like,
right.
I'm sorry, this is how I was feeling. And then I'll say, how I was feeling. And we'll go back and forth on text. And then like 15 minutes later, then he'll kind of pop up back in the bedroom. Like, are we okay? Can we talk about it? But usually once
I can see him making that face. Are you okay? Can we talk about it?
Yeah. But usually, once he walks away, most of our like communication then does go to text message, and I don't know if it's easier for him.
It is because you're not having to face the person.
Yeah.
Because that's I think when those low blows come is when because you're so passionate. That's your spouse. So you're so passionate, you just say things you shouldn't say.
And texting slows it down.
Yes.
Slows your brain down. You can't text as fast as you can blurt out mean things.
And you can erase it. So
Correct.
there have been times that I have typed what I really felt on text
and
message.
then thought about it.
And then I've deleted it. I'm like, I probably shouldn't say that. Let's say this instead.
Because there's nothing that's going to be good from what you said.
Yeah.
So you feel like Matt's a I'm sorry person?
Yes.
Even if you're in the wrong. Once in a blue moon. Once every 10 years when you're in the wrong.
Are we ever in the wrong, Alicia? Come
exactly. Hypothetically speaking, if I were to be in the wrong, he would probably still apologize. Yes.
Okay, so what about you and Nick? Who apologizes more?
I do.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Which is funny. Because I also used to bottle it up, but then I was always the one, and still the one to come and say, can we talk about it? I'm sorry. Like, I'm always the one to initiate the conversation.
Does Nick struggle? So where me and Alicia feel like we're really ever wrong, do you think that Nick is the one that feels like he's really ever wrong?
I don't know. I guess that would be a fun conversation to ask him.
All right.
Does he feel like he's ever in the wrong? I'm sure. I think naturally we've all been in the wrong.
I do usually say sorry second.
Well, yeah, of course. And he does too. Nick will talk and communicate and apologize for it after, but sometimes it would just be nice, and he's gotten better about it. But in the past, I would think sometimes it would just be nice if he would initiate the conversation, instead of it always being what I felt like was one-sided before.
Do you ever think that there were issues in y'all's marriage where you did something that helped? Like for me and Taylor, like ours was therapy. Like I think therapy really turned our communication drastically. Do you feel like y'all have ever had that moment where your communication needed fixing?
I think we've done therapy as well, and I think also just talking to each other more has helped. I think I always thought before of, like if I need him to do like a Monday thing, like you're saying, like take the kids to the dentist or do this, do that. If I tell you, I felt like that should be enough. Like if we spoke about it and you knew you had to do this, I thought that was enough. But he does so much better with a list. And I thought
that's right.
Making a list was offending him. Because, like, I would make a list, like, if for a child or something, and that's what I thought. So I didn't like the idea of making a list. And we learned in therapy, and he agreed, no, I need a list.
Taylor likes a list, too. But then I get so mad with the list, because I'm like, well, why do I have to make you a list? Why can't you just look and see what needs to be done and do it?
But they don't think like that. And I've had to learn that. Because for me, yes, obviously, if there's dishes or there's garbage or whatnot, our brains, I guess, just do it.
Now, I will say, yes, when I really want Taylor to do something specific, I do make him a list. And he'll get it all done.
I agree.
He'll do everything on the list.
Yes, I agree.
Outside of that, outside of that, he doesn't do nothing.
No, I agree. He does a list and we're done.
Yeah.
But he does it all. Where if I didn't do a list, he would not. Even if it was just 5 things, he would not go out of the box to think of what else I need to do.
Yeah.
But their brains are not like that.
We've talked about that before, like sweeping, like
yes,
not moving the bar stools.
Yeah, they don't think about that stuff.
Nope.
Do you feel like you have to make a list for Matt?
Well, you got the calendar.
Outside of the calendar.
Outside of the calendar. I mean, I put my list in the calendar. 2 o'clock, clean the garage. 3 o'clock, do the dishes.
Do you really?
No, I'm joking.
Poor Matt.
It's like Cinderella.
I know.
Both of our eyes were like, what?
No, I just give
You have Mondays, let's see, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
I give him a gentle nudge when I need things done.
At 4 to 4:30, you can take a nap and eat.
Yes,
that is it.
Yes.
But nothing outside of 4:30, because at 4:30, you're in the garage.
That's
sweeping
right.
it out.
Yep. No, but he's a good sport. He's a good sport about all of it.
Yeah, I would say all of our spouses are good. We would love to hear from you all. Be on the lookout for a post this week about a phrase that immediately sends you into fight or flight mode.
Okay, so for me, y'all know that, during COVID, I really struggled with like depression, anxiety. That was kind of like the moment that I realized kind of really how I was feeling. I've always struggled with depression and anxiety just during different bouts of my life, but that was kind of the moment that I really decided that, okay, I need something to help me. So I did go on medicine. I'm still on it. It's amazing. It's fixed so much. And then, me and Taylor kind of had like our big spat a couple years ago, and so then he went on medicine, which has helped drastically. So we're both medicated, and it's great. He actually saw a therapist for a little bit during that time too. And so for me, one of the big things that he'll say, like when we're fussing or like if I'm being dramatic or he feels like I'm being ridiculous about something, is when he's like, have you taken your medicine? You really need to go find someone to talk to.
Oh, so that's sarcasm.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, really? Have you taken your medicine today? Do you need to go talk to somebody? So yes, like that really, oh my God, it just irritates the crap out of me. You really need to find you a therapist. You need somebody to talk to. You need to talk to them about how crazy you are.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm about to show you how crazy I am. Anyways, that's it. That's me.
Anything for you?
I don't like it when he says, if I say something and he says, oh, whatever you want. And I say, no, you're just dismissing me. It's not whatever I want. So that is a trigger phrase for me.
Like what, regarding food? Like if you're like, hey, what do you want for dinner?
Well, definitely food. Dinner is an ordeal sometimes.
Wait a minute. Wasn't there a food thing where he had the menu picked out?
Uh-huh.
And this was like his birthday or Father's Day, and you're like, well, I kind of want this instead.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, it is whatever I
What
want.
happened?
It is whatever I want, but I don't need to be told that. I already know.
Right? That's how I feel. I don't need you to ask me about taking my medicine today. I know that I need my medicine, and I don't need you to tell me I need to take it.
Exactly. So,
Okay, so if you take anything from this episode, let it be this. It's not.
Wait. Okay, so what about
For
you,
me?
Jess? What sends you into fight or flight mode? Is there anything that Nick says that just like sets you off?
I don't know if it's specifically anything he says, or if it's me feeling that he's not listening, or that I've been unheard. Because I am very emotional. So then I feel like if he's not listening to me, then I'm going to get even more upset. But I don't think it's something he says. I think it's the way he carries himself when I'm having that conversation with him.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Okay, so if you take anything from this episode, let it be this. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Tone matters. I agree with that. So that's like what I was saying, the tone.
Mhm.
Timing matters, and sometimes margaritas can help.
Amen. And next week, we're talking love languages. Not the cute little online quiz, but the messy, beautiful ways it always shows up in real life.
Like when your quality time is folding towels together and pretending it's a date night.
or how words of affirmation turns into, thanks for finally picking up your socks, babe.
We'll see you next week. Same time, same mess, new margarita.
So here's to love,
Laughter.
And surviving the mess.
One margarita at a time.
Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and find us on social media. Don't forget to share us with your mom friends who could use a little reminder that none of us have it all together.
Marriage, mess and margaritas. Life's a mix and it'll never beat us. Raise your glass, it's time to cheer. The wildest stories, you'll hear them here.